What is schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is a long-term mental disorder of a type involving a breakdown in the relation between thoughts, emotion, and behavior. This disorder is a global youth that many families and loved ones have to live with. Symptoms usually first appear in early adulthood. Men often experience symptoms in their early 20s, and women typically first show signs of the disease in their late 20s and early 30s. Not taking any medication, use of alcohol or custom drugs, and stressful situations tend to increase the symptoms. Scientist John A. Ichini states the main cause of schizophrenia is the problems with certain naturally causing brain chemicals, including the neurotransmitters called dopamine and glutamate, also may contribute to schizophrenia. He studied the differences in the brain structure and central nervous system of people with schizophrenia, while researchers aren't certain about the significance of the change. They support evidence that schizophrenia is a brain disease. There is no cure for schizophrenia, but there are treatments available to reduce the intensity and frequency of the symptoms. Medication and psychosocial treatments can help people with schizophrenia lead highly productivity and rewarding lives, while for others, the illness continues to cause and impair and function despite treatment and family support. Schizophrenia typically begins between the ages of 20 and 25. Over 280,000 people in Canada have schizophrenia. Schizophrenia ranks among the top 10 causes of disability in developing countries worldwide. Parent has schizophrenia. The chances of a child to have the disorder is 10 to 15%. Violence is not a symptom to schizophrenia. People with schizophrenia are far more likely to harm themselves than to be violent towards the public. Out of 10 people with schizophrenia attempt suicide, with 10% dying by suicide. Schizophrenia may experience hallucinations, things a person sees, hears, smells, or feels. Schizophrenia affects men and women the same way. Although the cause is unknown, this mental illness can be developed through factors such as genetics, brain chemistry, brain abnormality, and environmental factors. People who are schizophrenic have to be watched closer in case they try to harm themselves. This disorder relates back to the film of Death of a Salesman because the main character, Willie, suffers from schizophrenia. During the film, it shows many situations where Willie is trying to hurt himself without realizing it. One of the symptoms of the disorder is suicidal. An example straight from the novel. No, it's time for me. It's time for me. Suddenly, I realize I'm going 60 miles an hour, and I don't remember the last 5 minutes. I can't seem to keep my mind to it. In this scene, Willie demonstrates confusion and frustration. This shows that the concentration was not there while Willie was driving, causing him to crash the car. Another scenario is, I have strange thoughts. This relates back to the symptoms of saying odd statements. Thoughts out of the film. Willie continues to speak a lot without realizing what he's saying. Lastly, when Willie goes to the kitchen, Willie is heard talking to himself. This shows a sign of schizophrenia. People with this disorder tend to have full conversations with themselves as they lose touch with reality.